Hey y'all, I'm just sitting here thinking about why is it so hard for people to respect your boundaries? No matter how hard you try, no matter how nice you are, no matter what you try to do to keep the peace, there's always that one person or that person, period, that wants to overstep your boundaries. And I'm serious because it's beginning to annoy me. Like on a whole different level, it's annoying to me. Um, and I've made a video about this before, but I have to keep talking about it because this again is therapeutic for me. And if you didn't see the first video, you may see this one, but it needs to be said. Um, all of my kids are grown, right? I live in a quiet neighborhood. I don't like people parking in front of my house. I don't like people showing up to my doorstep unannounced. I don't like people to be disrespectful to me, especially when I'm not being disrespectful to you. Now, if I'm disrespecting you, you feel like I'm disrespecting you, then, that's something totally different in return. But for the most part, I don't do that. I try not to, at least. Sometimes, it happens, but it's not intentional. But if I tell you more than once not to allow somebody or your company to park in front of my house, I'm not just speaking to hear myself talk. This is for real. Don't do that because I don't allow my company to cross over into your yard or to cross over into your driveway. I don't care if you are having a function, a family function, a party, whatever you want to call it. If I ask you not to allow your company to park in front of my home and you do, you're disrespectful and you've crossed the boundary. So what do you do in that sense? Like in most cases, like back in the day, if you continue to cross boundaries that I've set for myself, it's a problem, right? I'm just asking the question because maybe there's somebody out there that can help me better understand what is being done in this instance. And this is not the only instance that has occurred. This can happen with coworkers, this can happen with family members, this can happen randomly when you in the store or, just out and about doing whatever. It happens and it has happened to me a lot. And there was a point in my life where I didn't say anything. I just kind of rolled with it and kept it pushing. But hell, I'm 48 years old now and I don't have time for that. I don't have time for it at all. I need for people to understand that when a person tells you something that they don't like or they are not allowing in their lives, that you need to respect that. That's a boundary. If I don't, I may go to sleep at 10 o'clock. I may turn my phone off or I may not answer my phone after 8. That is a boundary that I set because I need that extra time to get ready for the next day, to meditate or do whatever it is I'm doing. Don't get mad at me because I set boundaries that you don't like. Could it possibly be that you're mad at who I am because that's really what or who you strive to be? Could that possibly be the case? But don't be mad at me because I have enough willpower to set the boundary and stick to it and you don't. You see, when it comes to setting boundaries, you need to know who you are as a person. You need to know who you are as a person. And I just had a conversation about that. You know, females, and this is particularly, I am particularly speaking about females because we are emotional creatures and we tend to become messy and angry and mad for nothing. Um, I have gone through situations to where I've said I'm not doing this or I'm not doing that. But then the next time I see you, you mad at me, you feeling some type of way because I made the decision not to do what you asked me to do. That goes against my principles and my morals. If I tell you no, it's a reason why I told you no. But being able to sit with yourself and deal with your own demons, and I'm learning this day by day, you have to be able to sit with yourself and learn who you are in order to be the best version of yourself. And setting boundaries is part of that. You cannot say that you are one way and you still out here in this foolishness, being messy, backbiting, talking about people, needing attention from any and everybody. You cannot be productive that way. That is something that, you know, we as females need to come to grips that if we can't sit in our own mess and deal with our own demons, then guess what? There's a problem within you. There's not a problem with that person that has set the boundaries and has done the work and is trying to be a better person. There's nothing wrong with them. The problem lies within you. So I'm saying that, you know, the time is now for you to make the decision to be the better person. But there's also those instances where you have females that don't want to make that decision. They don't want to be better people. They like waddling in mess and being messy and talking about people and, you know, but you're real quick to do that about other, you know, on other people, but when somebody says something about your mess, it's a problem. Oh, you the only person that can be messy? You the only person that can talk bad about other people? Like you don't have demons in your closet? No, ma'am. Not in my circle, but you know, I don't have people around me like that. I have made a conscious effort to walk away from people that are doing nothing but being messy. Out of there. I walk away. I can't do it. I can't allow people to pull me into that because I have something greater that I'm working on. And people are not going to always understand that. They're not going to understand it anyway. They're going to feel some type of way. It's been times when I've been invited to places and I chose not to go because I have other things that need to be done, but yet I get talked about because I made the decision not to go because I don't have time to hang out with you. That doesn't mean I don't like you. It doesn't mean that we're not cool. It just means that I'm focused on what it is I need to do. And maybe you've reached your goals. I haven't reached mine. But that doesn't make me a bad person, or it doesn't make me stuck up. It doesn't make me snooty. It doesn't make me better than you. It just makes me focused. It has nothing to do with you. And I know people are out there going through stuff like that. People are very judgmental in this day and time. They've always been, but really in this day and time, there is a focus on being judgmental and messy. Baby, look, I don't have time for that. I'm real, real busy these days. And I'm going to continue to be real, real busy until I get to the point where my family is straight. Sitting around hanging out with you, yeah, it's cool, but I'm not going to do it if it's going to be a waste of my time. If it doesn't pertain to my family at all, then guess what? I ain't doing that. And like I said, it's nothing against you. So you have to get in a space where you're comfortable with saying no to people that you wouldn't normally say no to. And it's okay. If they feel some type of way, let them deal with that. Do not bring that energy into your life because that is going to bog you down with the foolishness. And you don't have time for that. Now is the time for you to put your head down and keep it pushing. Because while everybody else is out hanging out at the restaurants and having drinks or going shopping and getting their nails done and their feet done and their hair done and all of this kind of stuff with their friends, going to this party, going to this function, going to your homegirl's house, she having a function, a kickback, whatever the case may be. I don't have time for that. I don't have time to kick back. I don't have time to hang out. All I have time for is what I'm trying to build and my family, making sure they straight. That's the only thing that I have time for. So when I set a boundary and I say, this is what I need to happen for me to stay straight, and you disrespect it, don't be mad when it comes back on you. And I'm not going to even physically have to do anything to you, because God don't play about me. And God doesn't play about his people, period. And I'm saying this because a lot of females are enduring what I'm enduring. And I'm giving my experience because I want this to help somebody. It's okay to say no. It's okay to move on. And if that person can't respect your boundaries, move on. Do just that. Move on and stop trying to figure out a way to make that person happy. Nope. Stop playing with me. As they say, stop playing in my face, because it ain't happening. Because at the end of the day, that person is going to always want to come back when you've reached the top, or if you reached your goal and things are really good. They're going to always have something to say, whether it's good or bad. So make the decision to stop dealing with people who don't respect your boundaries. Make the decision to stop dealing with people that are messy. Make the decision to stop dealing with people that don't have anything else to do with their time. And most definitely stop dealing with people who don't have the same mindset as you. In 2025, we on a different path. And if you can't get with my path, then guess what? You can't get with me.